Hi all, welcome to this much later than usual Team of the Week 14 predictions. As you can tell by the thumbnail, looks potentially an exciting Team of the Week, so if you can smash the likes, be awesome, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at @GIsLegend, all links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below who you think might get informed this week and hit that notification bell, would be massively appreciated. All support goes a long way. Kieran and the football prediction links as always down in the description below. Now, change of format just for this week only because it has proven so difficult. I've tried to save a bit of time everywhere that I could. So each individual player will break down, as you can see on the screen, and I'll obviously go over the top possibles I have noted down as well. So starting off, Courtois, 5 saves and a clean sheet. He got himself a free on mark well. It was a 1-1 draw. Goalkeepers this week are a little bit tricky due to a lot of them drawing, or some of them that have conceded. The ratings aren't just good enough to kind of maybe justify, so it will be interesting. But Courtois is my main goalkeeper. On to Vertonghen. He got 1 goal in the win for Spurs over Wolves. He played left back though, that is the only downside, and he has a Team of the Year nominee card, but like a couple of the players that are in this, I still feel he more than deserves his spot in the Team of the Week, and he would be in packs come Friday, so keep that in mind. All player of the week, Marca, for Marca even, he also got a free on Marca and a 1 goal in the 2-1 win over Sevilla. Not as quick as it used to be, but still deserves his spot. Trippier, 1 assist and a clean sheet and a 2 on Marca. A second defender is going to come from La Liga, where it's Trippier or Alaza, but I went for Trippier just on nudging ahead. Then PZ, very impressive, 2 goals, 1 assist. He's been due an inform, and in honesty he might even get an upgrade the way he's been playing this season. Well deserved, 2 goals, 1 assist. Coutinho, 3 goals, 2 assists, kind of walks in really. Fair play to the guy, second in form, inbound and lightning a trail. Then De Bruyne, 2 goals, 1 assist for Man City against Arsenal. If this doesn't happen, you know something's amiss. This was an absolute demolition from Kevin De Bruyne. More than deserves his spot, and while yes he just had the 93 team of the tournament card, this team of this inform that would come is more than deserved, and usurps that pretty quickly. But if it doesn't happen, we know why. As I said, just because of that team of the tournament, but it shouldn't really matter. Then Gervinho, 1 goal and a 7.5 on Creta. Serie A forwards are a little bit tricky this week. Gervinho is who I've given the nod to. I think it's, and I'll actually explain why I think it would just be rating of the card and also the kind of the team really. I think that's kind of what it would stem from, but it's going to be tricky regardless. Berghuis, a hat-trick for Feyenoord against PSV, which meant Mark van Bommel got his books, so he got his P45, and Berghuis more than deserves his spot. I've seen a few folk go Vermeer, but Berghuis most likely from that game. Soares last night got himself 2 goals, 1 assist in the very late game in Portugal, and helped me kind of guarantee spot him. I was going to go Philippe from the Sporting game, but he got subbed off when they got a penalty, and I thought, oh great, he's going to get a hat-trick. Didn't get even the penalty. I was like gutted. Thought the guy's on a hat-trick, you don't even give him the penalty. Brutal times for the guy. Mohamed Salah, same applies, 2 goals for him. Like Vertonghen, because obviously the Team of the Year nominee card, but it's very hard to see past him. That is the problem. Some folk will say, oh where's Mbappe? Mbappe only got he only got a 7, and I feel a 7 is just not enough convincing to swing it. But Team of the Year nominees does make it a little bit more trickier to determine where they'll go, but we'll see how it progresses. On to the bench, Zagadou, 1 assist, clean sheet and a 1.5 on kicker. Royce can't happen because he's in the Team of the Week. Sancho, very impressive, while he may be a front runner for Player of the Month. He wasn't man of the match, Zagadou was, and that's who I think will get the nod. And to be honest, Zagadou was very, very impressive in that game, and I would say more than merits his spot. But I can see why folk will go Sancho because it's a more appealing card for packs, but I still feel Zagadou just gets the nod. Then Schlager, 1 goal and a 2 on kicker. You will see Arnold, Roussillon and Castells all be mentioned. I actually was going to go Castells as the sneaky curveball option, but I feel Schlager or Arnold will be the one that they will go for. Roussillon I don't feel too convinced by. and Castells is a 2.5, but obviously didn't keep a clean sheet. But a 2.5 is usually quite tempting to go by, but Schlager got a 2 and was the man of the match and played it. Like, usually that swings it in your favour. If you're the man of the match, that helps. Ronaldo Sanchez last week missed out, but this week will not. 1 goal and an 8 on Le Keep. Erconi was 1 goal, 1 assist in that game as well, who was more appealing in my opinion for an inform. But Ronaldo Sanchez more than deserves. Masopust 1 goal, 2 assists in that Slavia Prague game, they won 4-1. Some people have gone Skoda, but he's a silver, and I feel Masopust as a gold just swings it enough in his favour. El Arabi missed out last week as well, but he got 2 goals, 1 assist this week, and it was a 5-0 hammering. Sudani got himself a hat-trick of assists, but I feel El Arabi more than deserves. Jean Cordoba came off the bench to get 1 goal, a 2 on kicker, and man of the match. That's when you're coming off the bench and you're doing very well in the second half. That kind of sums up the team's performance. Like, Hector could be the sneaky one that could happen. Even Timo Horn actually, but I feel Cordoba most likely. Then Niederlechner, a hat-trick for Augsburg. People are going max. Like, you can't go both. One's going to happen and it's Niederlechner. If you're a 1 on kicker, then you've kind of sealed the deal for play. Not for play of the week obviously, because I went to Coutinho, but Niederlechner was very, very impressive. Kayod got himself 2 goals, 1 assist in the Turkish league. He's a tricky one to kind of say could happen, could not, but you're kind of toiling a little bit on bench and reserves, because there's a few that could sneak in, and that's where I'll go in top possibles. Fleck should get in for his 2 goals for Sheffield United. Very complete performance in midfield. Larsenur, 7 saves, a clean sheet, and an 8 on Le Keep. For me, it's going to be tricky. Second goalkeeper. Who gets the second goalkeeper nod? I think they may go Larsenur. An 8 on Le Keep is very hard to ignore, but Lafont was only a 6, Lecomte was a 7, and as I said about Horn, Castells, and even Ramsdale for example, 5 saves and a clean sheet, it's a bit tricky to kind of swing it. Then Jordan's a hat-trick, and then Connor Chaplin, he also joined the hat-trick club as well. So 2 AFL options maybe this week. If they were to go elsewhere, then I think that's where they might drop like Rhodes, or I would imagine they'll drop Chaplin, and they would probably go someone like not say like IU or Austin from EFL. I think they would maybe go someone like Palacio or another league, just to kind of juice up the team of the week. So in terms of top possibles, you've got Schultz for 1 goal and a clean sheet, Moore for 1 goal, 2 assists, Erconi 1 goal, 1 assist and a 7 on Le Keep, Joe Allen 2 goals, Royce and Sancho both 1 goal, 1 assist, but Royce can't happen and Sancho could, but I still, as I said, Zagadou most likely. You'll see some people have Campana in their predictions. He got 2 assists, but it was only a 1 on Marca. Very unlikely in that case. Saul 1 goal and a 2 on Marca. I kind of thought about him, but I went against for Trippier, but Saul could easily have a second inform. Lewandowski for 2 goals and Muller for 1 goal, 1 assist, but obviously that honour will go to Coutinho. Ayew got 2. Andre Ayew 2 goals for Swansea, same for Charlie Austin. Then Ramsdale 5 saves and a clean sheet. Haller 1 goal, Jonas Hector 1 assist, Lafont 5 saves, a clean sheet and a 6 on Le Keep. Lecomte 5 saves, a clean sheet and a 7 on Le Keep. Lecomte was a draw, Lafont was a win, but both might not happen regardless. Erdal 1 goal, 1 assist, Neymar and Mbappe both 2 goals and 7 on Le Keep, and Saldi 2 goals and a 7.5 on Gazetta, same for Ronaldo. Sudani 3 assists, and Felipe 2 goals in the Sporting Lisbon game. But realistically, there's not much else I feel could sneak in. I've really tried to think long and hard on this one. Like Horn, Castells could be the sneaky second goalkeeper option. It's not easy. It's like all predictors are saying this week, it's hard, and you'll tell right away the ones that score high are the ones that have kind of fought long and hard on this one. But I would say, looking at it, if I can get 50% right this week, I'd be happy. It's 12-13. If I get 12 or 13, I'm happy. Anything above it, we know we've really done well this week. But we'll see what 3 PM brings tomorrow. As always, folks, let me know in the comments down below Is there anyone else that I may have missed from who I've mentioned out of my original 23 or my top possibles? So take it easy all, thanks for watching, smash the like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at @GIsLegend, take it easy all, and I will catch you all later.